This video is a collaboration with Opera Vision and the Opéra de Lille. It's in France. And if you're watching this video, it means that you are an English speaker. Mais si tu es francophone, sache qu'il existe une version de cette vidéo en français. Et le lien est ici. As I was saying, this video is a collaboration with Opera Vision and the Opéra de Lille, so you can watch the entire opera by clicking the link that is in the description box below, and it is free. Free. Pelléas et Mélisande is an opera written by our French pride, Mr. Claude Debussy. Wrote only one opera, this one, and it took him 12 years to write it. So it better be good. Get ready for 2.5 hours, more or less, of strangeness and gorgeous music.
Je ne pouvais plus sortir de cette forêt.
This guy is Golo. He is the grandson of Le King. He's a 40-year-old kind of grandson. And he got lost in the forest.
Oh, oh, qu'y a-t-il là au bord de l'eau?
Mélisande, who is crying. He asks her why she's crying by herself here in the forest, and she cannot really answer him clearly. As she was crying, she dropped her crown in the water. So Golo tries to help her and gets to the crown, and she's like, "No! I'd rather die than get it back." Okay. Can you feel the intensity of the trauma? Anyway, they leave the forest together and they try to find their way back. We are now at the castle, and apparently Golo did not waste any time. He wrote a letter to his brother, it's actually his half-brother, but who cares, and his mother, telling them the story of how he met Mélisande, and that even though he still did not know where she actually came from and why she was alone, traumatized in that forest, he still decided to marry her. If there's one moral out of this opera, you will see, is that you should not marry a stranger that you meet in the forest. They're gonna come to visit, and that they better accept Mélisande, because otherwise he will never come back. When the mother explains this to the king, he's not so sure what to think of it. But we learn that Golo was actually already married to a princess. He had a kid with her, but she died, and since then he's been trying to remarry. So the king is actually kind of happy that he finally settled down, even though it sounds a bit weird. At this moment, the brother, Pelléas, starts crying because he received another letter from a dear friend who is excessively sick. And so he's asking Pelléas to come as soon as possible because he might pass away very, very, very soon. Pelléas is now facing a dilemma because his father is also in bed, very close to the end. So he now has to choose between watching his father die or watching his friend die. A couple of days later, Mélisande is in the garden of the castle with her new mother-in-law. How nice! Pelléas arrives as well, and he starts showing the sea to Mélisande. And he finally walks her back to the castle. And Pelléas decides to show her the fountain. It's quite a cute place, and so they start flirting. Mélisande is even juggling with her wedding ring next to the water, making it jump up and down. And so, of course, at some point, whoops, it falls in the water.
Où est-il?
Je ne le vois pas descendre.
She does not seem very unhappy to have lost it.
Qu'allons-nous dire à Golo s'il demande où il est?
Oofang! Okay. Golo is clearly in a bad condition. He fell from his horse when he was hunting. Mélisande starts talking about herself. Starts talking to him about Pelléas.
Il ne m'aime pas, je crois.
Choose your moment, Mélisande. Golo is not focused on that at all because he notices that she doesn't have her wedding ring. He gets mad, quite mad, and she starts lying.
Où est-elle?
Vous savez bien.
So Golo tells her, well, you're gonna go and look for it right now. And you're gonna take Pelléas with you. Yeah, not the smartest choice, but the guy just fell from her horse, so you know. Pelléas and Mélisande are now in front of the cave. It does not make sense. They were both there when she lost her ring at the fountain, right? So why are they here? I guess they have to be here in order for Mélisande to be able to prove to Golo that she knows what the actual cave looks like, but still, if you want to find the ring back, why the hell are you here? Unless there is a pipe that would actually link the fountain to the cave, or if the technicality was that the fountain is actually a well, and that the well's exit is to the sea, and therefore in order to go to the sea, it has to go all the way to a cave. I don't know the geology of it, but it seems like they're not doing something that is logical. They're not even entering the cave. Well, no. What kind of brain cells do you have? You were with her when she lost the ring. It's not here. She lied to protect you, dumbass. We are a couple of hours later. This is the hit of the opera. Romeo and Juliet, upside down. Mélisande is playing it Rapunzel style. Rapunzel? Rapunzel. Rapunzel? Singing about her long hair that's coming down the tower. Well, in this production, her hair is short, but you get the drill. And then she sings that she was born on a Sunday at noon. And then she talks about a bunch of saints, people. Pelléas is loving it. He's like, oh yes, give me your hair, give me your long hair. And of course, the husband arrives. Golo is in the corner, and as he arrives, Mélisande's hair gets stuck in a tree branch. Later that evening, the two brothers are alone in the basement of the castle, and Golo explains to Pelléas that he saw him hit on his wife. You're not gonna like the end of it, Pelléas, let me tell you. Golo is actually getting more and more jealous because he uses his kid to spy on his wife and his brother. And he's not so happy with what he discovers because apparently they're kissing, etc. And so he slaps his own son, who didn't do anything, but he's like blinded with jealousy. Slowly losing it. Pelléas told Mélisande that he needed to get away, and so he invites her on their final date together at the fountain. Before date night, Mélisande is having a discussion with the king when Golo enters to take his sword. He's now completely crazy, and he starts saying horrible, crazy things to Mélisande. He even starts getting violent, tortures her in front of the king, who does nothing, of course. We are now at the fountain, and Mélisande just came out of this traumatizing experience with her husband, and Pelléas chooses his moment.
Je t'aime.
Je t'aime aussi.
Very touching until Golo arrives with his sword to kill his own brother. Pelléas, of course, dumbass that he is, did not take his sword with him. He cannot defend himself. Golo kills him and pushes him in the fountain / well. You thought Mélisande was already kind of crazy and traumatized? You've seen nothing yet!
Je n'ai pas de courage. Ah.
Everyone is here to kind of nurse and check on Mélisande, who has lost it. She's not at all in the reality anymore.
Je ne sais pas ce que je dis. Je ne sais pas ce que je sais.
She will eventually die from her craziness / traumatizing life experience. And the plot twist is that before she died, she gave birth to a baby girl. Of course that's a baby, what are you talking about? What's also fun with this story is that apparently there's this kind of debate or interpretation that says that Mélisande was actually never real. Whatever. Do you smell the drama? Ooh. What do you mean I cannot draw? I already shot this video in French thinking, okay, when you'll shoot it in English, be careful with this drawing. Golo. I'm getting hot just talking about it. Golo. Golo, 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 golo. And Mélisande, golo, 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 is the craziest bitch on the block.